5 countries are competing for your retirement dollars right now, and the reason has nothing to do with generosity. Portugal just extended tax breaks worth tens of thousands to American retirees. Thailand made their visa requirements so flexible that average Social Security recipients qualify. Ecuador legalized retiring on Social Security alone, and they use the dollar, so no currency risk. Mexico and Panama are rolling out red carpets with legal discount programs. Here's what nobody's saying out loud. You're not a citizen anymore. You're inventory. America spent 50 years building you into a consumer, and now that you're retiring, you're expensive inventory that doesn't produce. Other countries looked at this situation and saw opportunity. They want your Social Security check flowing into their restaurants, their hospitals, their housing markets, and unlike America, they're making it easy. Think about it like this. You're a product sitting on a shelf, America's shelf. You cost America healthcare subsidies, infrastructure, Social Security administration, but you're not working anymore, so you're not generating payroll taxes. You're pure cost. Now imagine 5 other stores see you on that shelf and think, we want that product, but we'll treat it better and charge it less. That's what's happening. These countries built legal pathways specifically designed to get American retirees to move their spending power across borders. And the math makes it obvious why. Average rent in America right now is $2,100 monthly. Just rent. Healthcare for a retiree averages $12,000 yearly if you've got decent coverage. Groceries are up 25% since 2020. And if you're on Social Security, the average check is $1,970 monthly. That doesn't cover rent in most American cities, let alone food, utilities, healthcare, prescriptions, and everything else. You worked 40 years. You paid into the system, and the system's basic message to you now is, good luck, we got ours. Meanwhile, Portugal offers residency to anyone with $950 monthly income. Thailand wants $1,900 monthly. Ecuador requires $1,410. These aren't theoretical programs. These are legal visa categories with thousands of Americans already living under them, right now, today. So I'm going to walk you through exactly how this works. The income requirements, the visa processes, the real monthly costs, the healthcare systems, and the catches, because there are always catches. But here's my promise. By the end, you'll know which countries are realistic options for your specific financial situation, and you'll understand the incentive structure that makes these programs exist in the first place. Let's start with the one that surprised me most. Portugal's D7 visa requires €870 monthly. That's about $950 at current exchange rates. If you're collecting Social Security, you almost certainly qualify because again, average Social Security is $1,970. Portugal doesn't care where the money comes from. Pension, Social Security, rental income, dividends, any passive source works. For a couple, add 50%. You need about $1,425 monthly total. That's it. You're in Europe. Living costs in Portugal run €800 to €1,200 monthly for a single person. That's total costs. Rent, food, utilities, healthcare. A couple lives comfortably on €2,000, about $2,200. Compare that to the $4,500 to $6,000 you'd need for similar lifestyle in any American city. But here's where it gets interesting. Portugal still maintains territorial taxation, meaning foreign-sourced income, your Social Security, your pension, gets favorable tax treatment. You're not getting hammered with European tax rates on money you earned in America. Portugal used to offer something called the NHR program, Non-Habitual Resident Tax Regime, which gave new residents massive tax breaks for 10 years. They technically ended it, but the tax structure still favors foreign retirees. Now you're thinking, what's the catch? The catch is you need to spend 16 months in Portugal over your first 2 years. After that, requirements relax. But with beaches along the Algarve, wine country in the Douro Valley, historic cities like Lisbon and Porto, and €3 lunches, spending 16 months there isn't exactly punishment. Healthcare in Portugal ranks 12th globally. You'll pay €50 to €100 monthly for private insurance that covers everything. No copays, no surprise bills, no networks. A doctor visit costs €30 to €50 without insurance. Prescription medications cost a fraction of US prices. And here's the kicker. After 5 years of legal residency, you can apply for Portuguese citizenship. That means an EU passport, access to 27 countries where you can live and work freely. You're not just retiring to Portugal, you're buying access to an entire continent. Over 10,000 Americans are already receiving Social Security in Portugal. That means established expat communities, English-speaking services, proven systems. You're not pioneering. You're joining thousands who already made it work. But maybe Europe feels too far. Maybe you want something closer to home, where your money works exactly like it does in America. Ecuador's Pensionado visa requires $1,410 monthly guaranteed lifetime income. Social Security counts, private pensions count, government pensions count. 401k distributions structured as lifetime annuities count. Add $250 monthly per dependent. For a couple, $1,660 monthly total. Again, average Social Security is $1,970. Most American retirees qualify easily. Living costs in Ecuador range $1,200 to $1,800 monthly for comfortable lifestyle as single person. A couple lives well in Cuenca on $1,800 to $2,500 monthly, including housing, transportation, utilities, everything. Cuenca's Ecuador's third largest city and most popular expat destination. Perfect spring weather year-round because of altitude. Modern infrastructure. Walkable colonial center. Huge expat community. Here's why Ecuador is genius for American retirees. They use the US dollar as official currency. No exchange rate gambling, no conversion fees, no figuring out if you're getting ripped off. Your Social Security deposit hits your Ecuadorian bank account in US dollars and works exactly the same. When you see a price tag that says $50, you pay $50. Same as America. Healthcare in Ecuador is modern and affordable. Doctor visit costs $30 to $50 without insurance. Procedures cost 60 to 70% less than US prices. Prescription medications are dramatically cheaper. Many Ecuadorian doctors trained in the United States. But here's something that blew my mind. Ecuador offers retiree perks written into law. Once you have your Pensionado visa and cedula, your Ecuadorian ID card, you qualify for senior citizen discounts. 50% off domestic flights within Ecuador. 50% off entertainment, movies, concerts, sports events, 30 to 50% off hotels and restaurants, 25% off airline tickets for international travel, 20% off medical consultations, 15% off hospital bills, even 25% off your electric bill. The government legally requires businesses to give you discounts for being a retiree with a visa. These aren't optional promotions, they're mandatory. When you're living on fixed income, those discounts add up to hundreds monthly in real savings. Ecuador's territorial tax system leaves Social Security and US-sourced retirement income tax-free. You don't pay Ecuadorian income tax on your US Social Security or pension. Ecuador only taxes income earned within Ecuador. For most retirees whose only income is US-based, your Ecuador tax liability is zero. The reality check is Ecuador is a developing country. Internet speeds in rural areas can be slow. You'll have occasional power issues in smaller towns. Infrastructure isn't as polished as Portugal. But Cuenca, Quito, and coastal cities like Salinas are modern, safe, and full of American expats who've been living there for years. I met a guy in Cuenca, retired teacher from Ohio, living on $1,600 monthly Social Security. He's renting a 2-bedroom apartment with balcony overlooking the river for $450 monthly. He eats out most nights, $3 to $5 meals, gets a massage weekly for $12, takes salsa lessons, travels within Ecuador using his 50% senior discount on flights. His total monthly spending runs about $1,300, and he's saving $300 monthly for the first time in his retirement. In Ohio, he was choosing between medication and food. In Ecuador, he's living better than he did while working. That's not a feel-good story. That's math. Same Social Security check, different cost structure, different quality of life. Now, maybe you want Asia. Maybe you want that luxury budget experience. Thailand's non-immigrant O, a visa for people 50 and older, offers 3 financial options. Option A, $24,000 in Thai bank account. Option B, monthly income of at least $1,900. Option C, combination of bank deposit and annual income totaling the equivalent. Most American retirees use option B because Social Security qualifies perfectly. Living costs in Thailand are where things get absurd. Most retirees spend $1,000 to $1,800 monthly total for comfortable single-person lifestyle, eating out daily. Full-body Thai massage costs $8. Street food meals are $2 to $3. Modern one-bedroom condo in Chiang Mai runs $400 to $600 monthly. In Bangkok, expect $600 to $1,000 for a nice condo in good neighborhood. Beach areas like Hua Hin or Phuket cost slightly more, but you're still looking at $800 to $1,200 monthly for quality housing. Healthcare in Thailand is world-class. Thailand's the medical tourism capital of Asia. Hospitals in Bangkok, Chiang Mai, and Phuket have English-speaking doctors, many trained in US or Europe, with modern equipment and procedures that cost 50 to 80% less than American prices. Doctor visit without insurance costs $30 to $50. Complex procedures that would cost $50,000 in US cost $10,000 in Thailand with same quality outcomes. The visa catch is you must have health insurance with minimum coverage amounts. Policies from approved Thai insurance companies cost $1,200 to $2,000 annually depending on age. That's still cheaper than 1 month of US health insurance premiums. Cultural bonus in Thailand is significant. Thai culture reveres elders. You'll get respect and preferential treatment everywhere. The Thai concept of sanuk, which means fun and enjoyment, permeates daily life. Everything should be enjoyable, relaxed, stress-free. That attitude makes Thailand incredibly pleasant for retirees. Thailand Retirement Visa allows you to stay up to 1 year, renewable annually as many times as you want, provided you continue meeting financial requirements. You don't need to leave Thailand to renew. Just visit immigration with updated documents 30 to 45 days before your visa expires. Obligations include 90-day reporting where you notify immigration of your current address every 90 days. You can do this online. Takes 5 minutes. The biggest expat communities are in Chiang Mai for mountain living, Bangkok for city life, Hua Hin, and Phuket for beaches. Each area has thousands of expat retirees and established support systems. You're not isolated. You're joining communities. But maybe you're not ready to go that far. Maybe you want to stay closer to home geographically, but still escape US costs. Mexico's temporary resident visa requires approximately $2,200 to $3,000 monthly income or savings of $40,000 to $50,000 in your bank accounts. The specific amounts depend on which Mexican consulate processes your application, but those ranges are standard. Living costs in Mexico range dramatically by region. A couple lives comfortably on $1,800 to $3,000 monthly depending on location and lifestyle. Ajajik and Lake Chapala, which have largest expat communities, run about $2,000 to $2,500 monthly for couple. San Miguel de Allende, famous for colonial charm and art scene, costs $2,500 to $3,500 monthly. Playa del Carmen and other beach towns run $2,000 to $3,000. Merida, rated Mexico's safest city, offers excellent value at $1,800 to $2,500 monthly for couple. Why Mexico works brilliantly. You can drive there. Keep your US car with US plates. No shipping vehicles overseas. No international flights every time you want to visit family. You're 2 to 4 hours by flight from most US cities. You can keep your US phone plan. Many US services work normally in Mexico. There are 1.6 million Americans already living in Mexico. You have instant community and support systems everywhere. Healthcare in Mexico is affordable and high quality. Private health insurance costs $150 to $300 monthly for comprehensive coverage. Many Mexican doctors trained in the United States and speak fluent English. Prescription drugs cost 70% less than US prices. You can walk into pharmacy and buy most medications over counter that would require expensive doctor visits and prescriptions in America. Doctor visit costs $30 to $50. Dental work is dramatically cheaper, which is why dental tourism is huge in Mexico. The visa itself is valid for 1 year initially, then renewable for 3 additional years, giving you 4 years total as temporary resident. After 4 years, you can convert to permanent residence if you want. Temporary residents can own property, open bank accounts, import household goods, and generally live normal lives in Mexico. Real talk. Stick to expat-heavy areas for safety and infrastructure. Lake Chapala, San Miguel de Allende, Playa del Carmen, Puerto Vallarta, Merida, And similar expat hubs have established security, modern amenities, and communities of thousands of American and Canadian retirees. Learn basic Spanish. You don't need fluency, but making the effort shows respect and opens doors. Mexico works for people who want affordability, proximity to US, established expat communities, good weather, and security of knowing they can drive home if needed. It's the least dramatic move on this list while still offering massive cost savings. And finally, the discount-obsessed paradise. Panama's pensionado visa is legendary among retirees for one reason. The discounts are absolutely insane. Income requirement is $1,000 monthly guaranteed pension. Social Security qualifies perfectly. Private pensions qualify, government pensions qualify, any guaranteed lifetime income source works. Living costs run $1,500 to $2,500 monthly, depending on lifestyle and location. Panama City is expensive. Think $1,200 plus monthly for rent alone. But mountain towns like Boquete, which has perfect spring weather year-round, cost $600 to $800 monthly for a house. Here are the pensionado perks that make Panama unique. These discounts are written into law for visa holders. 50% off entertainment, movies, concerts, sports events, 30 to 50% off hotels and restaurants throughout Panama, 25% off airline tickets, both domestic and international, 20% off medical consultations with doctors, 15% off hospital bills, 20% off professional services, even 25% off your electric bill. Do the math. If you spend $500 monthly on entertainment, dining out, and medical care, you're saving $150 to $250 monthly just from pensionado discounts. That's $1,800 to $3,000 annually in real money back in your pocket. For retirees on fixed incomes, those discounts make massive difference in quality of life. Panama uses US dollar as official currency, same as Ecuador. No exchange rate risk. Your money works exactly as it does in America. Panama has modern infrastructure. Panama City looks like Miami with its skyline and modern buildings. Fast internet throughout country, good roads, reliable electricity, modern shopping malls and stores. You're not sacrificing first world amenities. Healthcare is excellent. Johns Hopkins has hospital in Panama City, which should tell you everything about quality. Doctors speak English. Equipment is modern, and costs are 60 to 70% less than US prices. The visa is valid for 5 years initially, renewable indefinitely. You can apply for permanent residence after 5 years if you want, though most people just keep renewing pensionado visa because it works perfectly. The catch with Panama is Panama City is expensive by Latin American standards. If you want to live in capital, your costs approach $3,000 monthly for couple. But Boquete, Coronado, and other expat areas outside city offer great value. Boquete has huge American and Canadian expat community, perfect weather, mountain scenery. Coronado is beach town popular with retirees. Both areas give you modern amenities at manageable costs. Panama works for people who want first world infrastructure, US dollar currency, excellent healthcare, legal retiree discounts, and proximity to US. Flights from Panama City to Miami take 2.5 hours. You're not isolated from family. Here's what you need to understand about the bigger picture. These programs exist because of incentives, not charity. Every country on this list looked at their economy and saw the same opportunity. Retirees bring stable, guaranteed income. They spend locally on housing, food, healthcare, services. They don't take jobs from locals. They don't burden school systems. They're low risk, high value additions to the economy. Portugal wants your spending in their restaurants and shops because their economy needs consistent consumer demand. Thailand wants your healthcare dollars because medical tourism is a massive industry. Ecuador wants your dollars circulating in their dollar-based economy because it creates jobs and stability. Mexico wants you spending in expat communities because it drives local development. Panama wants your money flowing through their service economy because retirees are profitable, stable residents. You're not a person to these governments. You're an economic unit, a walking, spending, relatively low-maintenance economic stimulus package. And they built legal pathways to get you there because the math works in their favor. America, by contrast, looks at retirees as cost centers. Social Security obligations, Medicare costs, infrastructure burden. America already got its value from you when you were working and paying payroll taxes. Now that you're not producing, you're just expensive inventory. This is systems thinking. Follow the incentives. Countries competing for retirees want your spending power. America wants to reduce its obligations to you. That's why these programs exist and why they're getting easier, while retirement in America gets harder and more expensive. The Americans moving now, taking action in 2025, 2026, they're getting in before doors close or requirements increase. Portugal just ended their golden visa program to real estate investments. Thailand keeps adjusting insurance and financial requirements. Countries are realizing they can be more selective about who they accept. The ones waiting, saying maybe in a few years, they're gambling, these programs will still exist and still be accessible. That's a risky bet. Here's what you actually do. 3 takeaways. 1. Run your numbers against these 5 countries. Calculate your guaranteed monthly income, Social Security plus any pensions, match it against the requirements. Portugal needs $950. Thailand needs $1,900. Ecuador needs $1,410. Mexico needs $2,200 to $3,000. Panama needs $1,000. Find which ones you actually qualify for based on your real income, not your hopes. 2. Visit before you commit. Buy a plane ticket. Spend 2 weeks in the city you're considering. Eat at local restaurants. Walk the neighborhoods. Talk to American expats already living there. Every single one of these countries has established expat communities. Find them online before you go. Meet them when you arrive. Ask the uncomfortable questions about healthcare, safety, real costs. Don't trust promotional content. Trust people who've been living it for years. 3. Start the visa process while you're still in America. Most of these visas require documents like background checks, proof of income, health insurance. Gather everything while you have easy access to U.S. systems. Research which consulate or embassy handles applications. Some countries let you apply from U.S., others require you to be in country on tourist visa first. Know the specific pathway for your target country before you buy a one-way ticket. Your retirement shouldn't bankrupt you. These countries want you. They built legal pathways specifically to get you there. The only question is whether you'll take advantage while the opportunity exists. I'll see you in the next one.